Welcome back. This morning on In Depth Today, we are focusing on the economy and those consumer prices.
That's right. With so much uncertainty these days, we wanted to highlight a little good news where prices, here we go, are actually starting to come down.
But it does come with some breaking news happened just a few moments ago. Walmart now saying it must raise prices to deal with the cost of tariffs. So let's bring in NBC's senior business correspondent, Christine Romans. Let's start there.
Yeah.
What are we hearing from the nation's largest private employer?
Right, and biggest retailer. This is a really important warning from Walmart here. Its CEO saying they just can't absorb all the higher prices from tariffs, even with these lower tariff prices. Given the magnitude of the tariffs, we aren't able to absorb all the pressure. So that means you could see prices starting to rise at Walmart. We've heard this from Black & Decker. We've heard this from Hasbro. We've heard it from Mattel. We've heard it from all kinds of different companies that manufacture and sell toys and shoes and clothes and the like. Now you're hearing it from Walmart. So just a reminder that trade war is not over, even though tariffs against China have been lowered to 30% for now.
Just real quick, I mean, Walmart's a biggie. Do you think some of these other big retailers are likely to follow suit?
So, many of these companies have been pulling in inventory for months. So the big retailers, I don't think they'll see shortages on the shelves because they've been stockpiling. But 30% on Chinese goods, China's still a big manufacturer. That is a big pressure for a lot of retailers.
Well, we promised good news.
Yeah.
Eggs?
Eggs
What's
are
better?
down. Eggs are down after being a record high in March. So it's all relative. But egg prices finally falling in April. And in fact, that was the biggest monthly decline since like 1984. So a big move. But you're still paying $5 for a dozen of eggs. But cereal, pasta, rice, fruit, we can see in inflation numbers that those things all declined a little bit in the month as well. Some of this is for good reasons, because prices had been too high and they're now cooling because inflation is cooling. But falling prices sometimes can be for bad reasons because of weakening demand, like we just heard the CEO of Delta talk about demand stalling out a little bit in the U.S.
We talked a lot about eggs and cars. Are any good news in the car category?
Yeah, you saw used car prices decline, new car prices pretty much flat. A lot of this is because there's a bunch of inventory before tariffs that they're trying to move out. There's employee pricing for a bunch of different brands, so that's good. Tire prices down. Even motor oil fell a little bit. And we're watching that oil category, the crude oil category. Crude oil prices have really declined. That could mean some more relief in gas prices in the weeks ahead. But again, it's a good reason because OPEC is pumping more oil, and a bad reason because factories and people don't have as much demand because the economy is kind of cooling here. So take the lower prices while you can and know that maybe it's the calm before the storm.
All right. Christine with a little good news and a little not so good news.
It's complicated.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.